You ever watch someone trip over their own ego and think, oof, but also kind of satisfying? Yeah, that. This episode is about why your brain throws a party every time someone else fails. Don't worry, you're not a villain, probably. You're just human, and human brains love a good downfall almost as much as they love cat videos. From ancient gladiators to modern influencers, we've always had front row seats to other people's disasters. But what if I told you that this little thrill reveals more about you than about the person falling flat on their face? Stick around. Number one will ruin your day, and possibly your moral compass. Let's get started. Number 10. The fall herd round the brain. Back in the day, watching someone slip on a banana peel was just slapstick. Innocent fun, zero guilt. The cavemen probably did it too. Someone trips over a rock, everyone laughs, end of story. But then one idiot, science, decided to study why. Turns out when you see someone mess up, your reward center lights up like a slot machine. It's called schadenfreude, a German word that roughly translates to haha, sucks to be you. Now, psychologists say this tiny jolt of joy helps us regulate self-esteem. You see failure, and your brain whispers, at least it's not me. Suddenly you feel better without doing anything productive. Today, that same instinct fuels entire genres. Fail compilations, influencer meltdowns, even celebrity documentaries labeled The Downfall of. But number 9 takes that petty pleasure and makes it personal. Number 9, reality TV, failure with commercial breaks. Once upon a time, public humiliation was reserved for village squares and bad kings. People gathered to boo, throw tomatoes, and move on. Then one genius in the 1990s thought, what if we filmed that and added theme music? Boom, reality television. Suddenly failure wasn't shameful, it was content. Producers learned that watching people self-destruct on camera kept audiences hooked longer than talent ever could. The less dignity, the higher the ratings. Now we've got entire franchises dedicated to emotional collapse, from The Bachelor's rejected roses to Survivor backstabs. You're not just watching people fail, you're watching them compete for the privilege to fail publicly. And every time you tune in, networks make millions reminding you, hey, your life might be a mess, but at least you're not on national TV. But number 8 shows failure doesn't even need humans to feel good. Number 8, Goosebumps and the fail switch. Back in the day, your ancestors got chills when danger was near. A lion growl, a rival tribe, or your mother-in-law's footsteps. It was a biological alarm. Then one idiot scientist discovered we get the same response watching someone else mess up. Fail at karaoke? Miss a penalty kick? The crowd gets goosebumps too. It's called vicarious embarrassment. Your brain mirrors their emotions, but slightly twisted. Empathy mixed with superiority. It's the psychological equivalent of I feel bad, but also yikes. Now, social media weaponize this instinct. Cringe compilations rack up millions of views because your nervous system loves that secondhand discomfort. You squirm, you smirk, you hit replay. But number 7 proves failure can be a moral addiction. Number 7, the holier-than-fail effect. In old times, communities bonded over public punishments. Stocks, scarlet letters, the works. Watching someone get what they deserve made everyone feel cleaner. Then one idiot, Twitter, gave everyone a digital pitchfork. Now, moral outrage is interactive. When someone fails ethically, we get dopamine for calling it out. Studies show cancel culture posts trigger the same reward areas as winning money. So every time someone messes up online, millions line up to dunk, not because they care, but because it feels righteous. Schadenfreude dressed as justice. And once the mob moves on, we scroll away, spiritually exfoliated. But number 6 isn't about morals. It's about math. Number 6, the lottery of losers. Back in the day, lotteries were noble. Fund a church roof, build a bridge. The dream was hope, not debt. Then one idiot realized people don't buy tickets to win. They buy them to watch others lose. When your coworker's lucky numbers flop, you feel a rush of superiority for $2. Behavioral economists call it relative satisfaction. It's not about being rich. It's about being richer than Steve in accounting. Now, the entire gambling industry thrives on that illusion. Billions spent just to taste a little victory, over someone else's failure. But number 5 takes that instinct global. Number 5, the spectator's throne. Back in ancient Rome, watching people fail was literally a sport. Gladiators, chariot crashes, lions, peak Saturday entertainment. Then one idiot emperor realized he could control the crowd with bread and failure. Keep them fed. Keep them distracted. Today we haven't changed. The arena is just digital. Sports fans rage when players miss. Esports audiences cheer at humiliations. Someone loses, and millions feel alive. Anthropologists call it social dominance play. Watching others fail reinforces the pecking order. You're part of the tribe that won, but number 4 digs into failure on a microscopic level. Inside your brain. Number 4, the dopamine of disaster. Once dopamine was for survival. Fire, food, reproduction. Nice and simple. Then one idiot neuroscientist mapped it and ruined everything. Because now we know your brain releases dopamine not just when you succeed, but when someone else fails. It's a chemical loophole, reward without risk. You get the emotional payout with none of the danger. That's why fail videos feel addictive. Each stumble, each crash, each faceplant, a little hit of "I'm doing fine." It's evolution's cruel joke. Empathy and pleasure use the same circuitry, but sometimes they get their wires crossed. But number 3 shows failure doesn't just entertain, it educates. Number 3, the education of error. Once upon a time, trial and error was noble. We learned by messing up. Fire too big? Smaller fire next time. Then one idiot psychologist coined the term observational learning. Turns out watching someone fail teaches your brain almost as well as failing yourself, minus the scars. Mirror neurons fire, lessons stick, and you think, note to self, don't microwave foil. Now, social media and YouTube tutorials thrive on this. You watch 100 people fail at cooking, and suddenly you're Gordon Ramsay. In theory, it's evolution outsourcing your mistakes. But number 2 reveals how that instinct became our favorite pastime. Number 2, the internet's fail economy. In the early 2000s, the web was hopeful. Cat pictures, dial-up, friendship. Then one idiot uploaded a video called Star Wars Kid, and humanity discovered the most powerful content formula ever. Failure plus visibility equals virality. Since then, billions of views, endless memes, and careers built and destroyed on public embarrassment. Fail videos became digital campfires. We gather, we laugh, we forget they're real people. It's profitable, predictable, and deeply human. The algorithms learned what we crave. And it's not success, it's downfall, neatly edited with background music. But number 1 is the original failure we never stopped enjoying. Number 1, the fall of the mighty. Back in ancient myths, every story had a hero, and every hero eventually fell. Icarus, Lucifer, every influencer with a motivational podcast. Then one idiot philosopher, Aristotle, gave it a name, hubris. Excessive pride that leads to ruin. The most satisfying failure of all. Psychologically, watching the mighty fall restores balance. It's the universe saying, see? Even the perfect trips sometimes. That's why we binge downfall documentaries, love comeback stories, and secretly root for karma. The fall of the powerful reassures us. Maybe the world isn't so unfair after all. But here's the twist. The more we watch, the more we crave it. We've built entire economies around humiliation, and every fail we click is a mirror. So why do we secretly enjoy watching people fail? Because it's safe chaos, ego therapy, and ancient entertainment, all in one dopamine-soaked package. But the real question is, which one haunts you the most? Drop it in the comments, hit like if your dark side's been exposed, and subscribe before you become number 11 on this list.